Welcome back to Marty's Toy Box. For today's video, we have a long awaited video for me to film. I felt before that I didn't have enough replica belts to film this video, but I'm pretty sure I have 13 now, so I figured it's enough, and have been really excited to film this video. But this is my full replica belt collection video. First off, we're going to start with my three probably favorite replica belts that I have. Number one being the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. This is a bootleg. A lot of belt collectors are not very fond of bootlegs. But every AEW belt that I have is a bootleg. And then I have an ROH bootleg. But in my personal opinion, they're not actually that bad if you get them made by the correct person. These were never released by AEW yet. It's said that they're actually in the works and making replica belts right now. But for the time being, I settled with this. And honestly, I don't think it's that bad. It looks really good in my opinion. Do have a Jon Moxley nameplate. There are the side plates. Like every belt, there's gems, and gems fall off. And I've had a few gems fall off on this belt. Let's see if I can find a few. I know there's actually a quite good amount. I was actually in the process of moving, and then I go to get my belts out of the car, and I find gems in the seat. I'm like, what belt does this go to? And it just so happened it went to my AEW. For example, right here we have a gem missing. There's a few more around the belt that are actually missing. When I did buy this belt, there was a little packet full of gems, which is really nice. But I lost it, if I'm being honest. But yeah, this is probably my, actually give or take, 4th or 5th favorite replica belt. My number 1 replica belt right here, the WWE Spinner Replica Belt. My review of this went out not that long ago. Some belts in here are yet to have reviews go out, but those will be out shortly. The only problem I have with this belt is the WWE logo does not stay up straight. Like, it just stays like this. You can spin it all you want. Looks really cool when it spins, but you stop it, you get it up here, right? How it's supposed to be, and it just falls. People say you can put, like, paper behind this to make it stop moving, to make it look like that, which looks a lot better than it being like this. But personally, I feel like the paper would kind of just ruin it, and you'll see it on, like, the backdrop of the belt. But this belt is really thick. It just kind of boosted up. It's not fully like stacked on stacked on stacked. There's little screws right there. But nonetheless, this is my favorite belt. Possibly my favorite belt ever that WWE has had. And the favorite replica belt that I own currently. There's one side plate. There's the other side plate. If you're wondering how I display my belts, I have some IKEA detolf cases that I use to display the belts. I'll show those towards the end of the video. But it has 4 shelves on it, and personally, I think it is the best option to display replica belts. The third one that we have is the Attitude Era belt, the Big Eagle. Let me sit this replica belt, or my spinner down for a second. And then here, this is. My review on this went out not that long ago. This belt is huge compared to all my other belts, and personally, it looks really, really good. These aren't the order I got them. I'll towards the end, I'll set them up in order that I got them for you guys to see. This was one of my newer replica belts that I have purchased. There are the side plates. And that is the first 3, so let's get the next 3 out. Here are my next 3 belts. The current NXT Replica World Title belt, the Network logo World Title, and then a Commemorative Intercontinental Championship title. First up, let's take a look at the WWE. This was my first ever replica belt. I feel like I can speak for a lot of belt collectors that got into the belt game within the past 2 to 3 years. This probably was their first belt. I know of lots of people who have had this be their first belt. There is a gem missing right there. I have some gems on my desk. I just need to actually remember to buy super glue one day to be able to put it back on. I think it was this one that fell off as well, and I got super glue then, but ended up throwing it away because I didn't think I'll need it. And it just so happened that like a week or 2 later, another gem fell off. So once I get super glue, I glue that back on. But yeah, the back of the leather is pretty plain. I've seen some re-leathered ones, which I'm really looking into currently, if I'm being honest. Re-leathering this belt, maybe restoning it. Restoning it is a really pricey process, if I'm being honest. But on these side plates, I actually did pick up some Triple H side plates, which look really good on this belt. These are the side plates I've had on this belt since I got it, if I'm being honest. I got it maybe like a couple months later. I bought these and put them on, and I just never changed them. I have the old ones in my closet somewhere or somewhere around my room, but I think the Triple H side plates look really good. It does have a gold tip on the back. There's like the back side of it. And then next up, the Nxt Replica Belt. This thing is the beauty, if I am being honest. This would say, it's really hard to rank my Replica Belt favorites because I love every single one of these that I do have. But NXT has got to be up there with, I'd say the top 5 of my favorite Replica Belts. This thing is just really good. I really want to get the old school NXT Replica title, like with the big X right here as like the main plate. I don't know why I just didn't M, like the big X is the main plate. I think that one would be an amazing Replica belt to have. I don't think Shop sells them anymore. I know they did sell them, so I might try to buy them from someone who has one. That might be the next belt I get. I'm really contemplating the next belt that I should get. $1 million North American NXT tag, possibly the Winged Eagle. It's really a hard choice. When you get into the belt game, you never want to get out, and the next belt you want to buy, it's really hard when you're first starting out. There's some people who have like 40 Replica belts, which is where I want to be here towards the end of 2021. But here is the NXT side plates right there. There's the other side plate. And yeah, this belt is a beauty. If you were looking for one of these and looking to get one, I would definitely recommend it. And then the third belt that I'm showcasing right now is my Intercontinental Commemorative title. Now, a lot of people hate commemorative titles, and if you're using them for display, they're honestly not that bad. Maybe a little bit smaller, but nonetheless, for displaying purposes, it doesn't look bad at all. I mean, you got Intercontinental main plate there, the white strap. You have everything there, but like if you want to hold it around and carry it around, it's really light, plastic plates, and like kind of faker leather. If I'm faker leather compared to the replica belts, but for the cheaper ended side, it's not bad whatsoever. I would definitely recommend this. You do have the blue globe right there. Intercontinental Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. There is the side plates right there. There's the back one. I actually had this one signed by Seth Rollins. Now that I actually look at that, I had my world title signed by Kevin Owens, I think it was. Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens. His signature's kind of smudged. But I thought it would be really cool to have them sign the titles that they've held. Personally, I think it's really cool to have Russ to sign it. But yeah, so let's get on to my next 3 belts, which will all be bootlegs. Next up, we are finishing up the AEW Replica Belts. These are all bootlegs, but personally, I think they all look gorgeous. The FTW Championship, the AEW Tag, and then the Unfinished TNT. If you were a long member of the channel, you would see that I did have an fully finished TNT with the gold plating and stuff on it, but I gave that away. If you haven't seen that video or seen the announcement, the official Tom Wheeler did win that. He sent me a picture of his belt and he is very excited. So later on in the future, if you guys want to see more replica belt giveaways or just giveaways in general, let me know what belts you want to see given away down in the comment section below. But first up, let's take a look at this AEW World Tag Team Championship Replica Belt. Well, bootleg. People don't like calling bootlegs replica belts, but in the end, they're replicas. They look exactly like the title, metal plates, leather, same exact thing. So, If you want to argue with me, the comment section is down below. But personally, I think that bootlegs still count as replicas. Although they're not officially made, they still are the same thing that a replica is, just made by a different person and not mass manufactured. Here is one of these side plates. There's the other side plate. There is the same side plates on the other side. The tag team belt looks really cool in my opinion. A lot better than the WWE ones. But yeah, that's almost all I have to say about it. Really cool belt. Not the best. Maybe one of my least favorite belts in my collection. But nonetheless, it is what it is. Next up, the FTW title. Taz did have this years ago. Back when like WCW or WWE and stuff like that was going on. But he reintroduced it in AEW. So I count this as an AEW Replica Belt. Because Brian Cage has it. Looks really cool in my opinion though. Kind of a blander belt, but as a replica for display, it looks sick in my opinion. On the side it says FTW. If you don't know what FTW stands, you might understand it from this. If you don't, just look it up and you'll see what it means. On that stuff it says Taz. You can tell it's a bootleg from the back with the covered up screws. It says bring it and FTW again right there. And then my unfinished TNT replica belt. My second favorite AEW one. So how I list the AEW ones is the World, then the unfinished TNT, then the tag, then the FTW. Love all the belts, but if I had to rank them, that's how I would do it. And this one has really good detail. I might end up buying another fully finished TNT. But I figured I might as well give away a belt to all of you who support the channel, because you guys really deserve it. And I don't know what belt I should give away next, but I'm really leaning towards doing another one, because it's really cool to see everyone come together and like participate for a replica belt for free, because honestly these prices of these belts are a little bit hefty. So if you're not able to financially do it, I would not get into the belt game or even buy one replica belt. Because from experience, when you buy one, you never stop buying them. That is how I am doing it right now. I had one replica belt that I was gifted to for Christmas. Bought another one. Bought another one. And the cycle just kept going. Do I regret it? No. Does my bank account regret it? Definitely yes. But I like gazing at them and like saying like, man, I accomplished all of this, which I think is really, really cool. So next up, let's get 3 different promotional belts up. So if you guys are looking for fully in-depth reviews of these replica belts, I would say 90% of them are up already. I still have a few to put up, but nonetheless, if you are interested in those, go back and I'll probably have the belt that you want to see a full in-depth review on. We have 4 belts left, 3 right here, and then the finale. Not really a big finale, but nonetheless, a really cool finale. But right here we have the copper-plated tag team title, the NWA World Heavyweight title, and then another bootleg ROH World Championship. This one was actually my second belt to ever get. But first up, let's take a look at the tag team title. 3 different promotions, ROH, NWA, and WWE. I really honestly hate the tag team title design. I think it's so bland and it's been around for so long. So they changed up the plating, made it silver. Changed the strap to red and blue. It still does not deny the fact that it's literally the same plating, just a lazy way to recreate the belts. We need a full scale new, like, updated belts. That's just how it's got to be. Like when we had the Raw and SmackDown tag team titles, it was great. 2 different designs, kind of similar but not completely similar. Different meanings, different prestiges, history behind them. And then the tag team, same plate, same design, just different colors. But nonetheless, I decided to go with this one. It does have a little bit of plate defects. Like right here, there's a little bit of like plating screw-ups on there. But it's not it's not the worst belt ever. Here is one side plate. There's the other side plate. There's that side plate, and then there is that side plate. The belt's not the greatest, but I love replica belts no matter what belt they are, what design they are. I'm just a belt fanatic, if you want to call it. Next up is the ROH Bootleg Belt. They released official ROH belts, replica belts, and I might buy all of those at once. It'll be a hefty hole to dig in my pocket, but nonetheless, the reviews will be really nice on that. But this one is a bootleg. It's missing quite a lot of gems. I've had this belt for 3 years, possibly, maybe 4. So it's done a lot of moving around. I move houses a lot, and just gems get lost. That's one of the main reasons why I want to buy the official ROH Replica Belt, the world title. But for now, this works for display. This belt, for being a bootleg, it's one of the best bootlegs I've ever seen out there. You guys can't disagree with me on that. Like, it looks really good for being a bootleg belt and not an official factory-made replica belt. There's one side plate. There's the other one. And on this side, the same side plate. And there is the other one. We have 2 belts left for this video. And this next one is the NWA. This belt is absolutely gorgeous. The globe is pointed out. If I can put it down like that. There you go. It is poked out. Like stitched leather. I don't really know what you'll call that. But it looks really, really cool. I don't think we've had any belt that's ever done something like this. There's the NWA logo in red. National, it's like a globe right there poking out. The USA flag, wrestling, a nameplate down there. Overall, this belt looks absolutely gorgeous. There's a little bit of a defect right there, but not the worst. I think the holy grail of belts for me personally is the Iwgp World Heavyweight Championship. If I were ever to buy one, it'll be through Classic Shields. I think they do great work. I'll drop $300 on a belt. Don't get me wrong. But around $2,000 is a hefty, hefty price for me to pay for a replica belt. But then again, I might end up pulling the trigger on it sometime soon. So look out for that, because I am honestly really contemplating whether I should buy it or not buy it. But anyways, let's not get up to the finale. Not the best finale, but nonetheless a really cool finale. The Undisputed Replica Belt. This is the V1. I do not have the V2. I have seen a friend who has the V2, and oh my goodness, the sheer size difference of these. This looks like a kid's belt compared to the V2. And this is a really good size replica belt. Like, here's my hand. I have really big hands. But the V2 makes this belt look like trash. Makes it look like a kid's belt. It's insane. But nonetheless, I'm happy I got this belt. But I'm kind of regretting I didn't get the V2. I might end up buying the V2 here in the near future, because it's like such a really heavy and really good looking belt, and it just blows this belt in the trash. It just puts it in the trash, if I'm being honest. There's one side plate. There's the other one. There's one side plate there, that one, and then this one. That does say property of World Wrestling Entertainment. And that is every replica belt that I do have. If I had to rank them from highest to lowest, it would be the Spinner, the AEW World, the NXT, the TNT Unfinished, the AEW Tag, this one, the Attitude Era, or not the Attitude Era, the Undisputed, then the Big Eagle, then the NWA, then the Tag Team, then the ROH, then the FTW. I don't really know if that list is fully correct, but that's how I'll think of it off the top of my head. But let me show you guys real quick a IKEA DTOF case. A great way to display your belts. So this is an IKEA DTOF case. It has glass shelves, and it has big spaces to display stuff. I use this for belts, but it could be used for figures, collectors, items, posters, whatever you guys want. It is really, really big. Here's like the final stand on the bottom. Definitely a great way to display your belts for the low price of $60. This is the best budget way to display your belts, and it looks really cool. They are really, really tall. I'm about, I'd say 6 foot, give or take, and this goes down to like my neck, almost to the top of my neck. So really, really big, but a really nice and expensive way to display your belts. And yeah, so that is my official full replica belt review. I hope you all did enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys next time.